parts of the country. I mean, Auntie Awo and I share ever blood in common as well. You know, F4, you know, or A4. And then the Akans would say Perkonai. So, I mean, pictureotters, they've made their way around the Ghanaian food culture system, okay? And, of course, this show is sponsored by Tasty Tom. We use some Tasty Tom tomato paste today for our stew. We have some images there. It's giving it a nice red color in addition to our fresh tomatoes. And Tasty Tom wants you to know that se ufa kakra baby. Just a little goes a long way. And definitely Fan Ice, so nice, is a sponsor of this show as well. We have some Fan Ice American vanilla chocolate chip ice cream for dessert, and we've got some toppings in there, some gummies, some sprinkles. I mean, there's a child in all of us, and Fan Ice is helping us live that. And do visit Fan Ice Ghana on Instagram as well as Fan Ice GH on TikTok to see what Fan Ice is doing for Valentine's Day. You could win something beautiful for you and your other half, your lover, the person you're admiring, your crush, whoever it is, you never know. Fan Ice has got you covered for Valentine's Day. Now, Auntie,
very nice.
Oh, look at this.
Very delicious. I can't wait.
And we're eating with our hands.
Yeah, of course.
So we've washed our hands already.
Banku and then nane.
And then nane.
Okay. Fork and knife there.
No. We can put it aside for today. So, should I dish her?
Yes, you can dish.
I mean, since you are the madam in the kitchen today.
Okay.
Okay, so I can pass it over. Yeah. Okay. Look at that. And we've put some fresh pepper, the bakushito, scotch bonnets in there. It's giving it a very nice color. Ooh. So this is one of my favorite stews in the whole world. Actually, I like a good tomato stew. So whether it's chicken stew or nane flour or beef stew, once there's, the meat has been exactly. Ooh, great. It looks wonderful. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Thank you, Auntie Awo. Okay, so I can just take a bowl of banku. So our banku is here, and don't forget that for today's purposes, what we did was we used some corn dough, that is, as well as cassava dough, agbelima, and we mixed it together. But I think that maybe about 1 part of the agbelima to 2 parts of the corn dough, of the and it gives it a softer, smoother.
Kneading it.
Yes, when you're kneading it. Yes, so we were talking about this off camera. For those of you who say we drive the banku, we say wachi banku. Yeah, ka banku. No, we knead it. It's a form of kneading. So that's the English term. Something new for today. Now, Auntie, while we're eating, I want us to have a conversation about, just even this meal we've made, nane flour. There are many people who don't even know how to prepare pork well. So you eat pork in some places, the meat is not well spiced, and pork is one of those ones that you get a gag reflex if it's not well done, And I just feel like pork all over the world is a delicacy for many. And you have pork belly, grilled pork belly stew, all these interesting things.
Head.
Yeah, pork chops, So I just want us to talk about how we have probably not marketed this nane flour that we're eating. It's something that you and I know, but we've probably not marketed it to an audience to the point where it can become an international delicacy, recognized in that way. What's your take on that?
As you already said, pork, it's the whole pig. The whole pig, from the head, the intestines to the legs or the feet. We eat all the parts. Every part of the pork is eaten in the stomach, and because of the way the pork is, it's always, you have to season it well. Even if you have to do you have to grill it for domedo. It can be used for domedo. Domedo, you always have to season it well with your ginger.
That's grilled pork.
Grilled
the
pork.
Ghana way.
The Ghana way, yeah. The grilled pork, that is the Domedo. You always have to steam it with garlic and ginger. Always. Garlic and ginger is number one. That takes a little bit of the not the smell, but it makes it taste better. So with that, you season it with then with salt, or you can add a little bit of spices to it. Always steam it, wash it well, and steam it before you do anything to it.
But let's talk about, so we've spoken about Domedo, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I mean, traditionally we would make Domedo in the flono, the traditional clay oven, and grill it in there. Now we have open grills like the ones the kebab sellers, the chichinga sellers use and all that. We've developed other easier ways.
People fry it as well.
People fry it as well. But you are a professional cook, you're a caterer, you know, it's your business, it's your career, your profession. What are some of the other things that we can do with pork, especially at home? Because I feel as though people think when they even have to eat pork, they have to step out and go and buy it where it's been prepared elsewhere, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but how can people incorporate pork into their meals at home? I mean, nane flour is one. What else can we do?
You can add the meat to, you can have a meat stew, like the pork meat stew as well. So you can.
What's cooking? What's cooking?
You know, I almost thought you were going to
I got myself some rice.
Because this is my neighbor, the taster general.
Yes.
Now, for some reason, and you know, I'm even tired of saying it because
grab a chair, but
he's not invited, but and you brought rice.
yes.
I thought home over. Why?
Was Google Map. I read there's some nane flour pending.
Wow.
Yes.
And then the frog goes
So let
with
me
rice
get a
as
chair.
You
well.
decide to have your nane
It
flour
goes
rice.
with nane flour too.
This is too funny.
Yeah.
So we want you to settle and then we'll continue our conversation.
Because what you didn't know is that nane flour goes also with omo.
Oh, of course. I mean,
Yes.
definitely. But we also
You're
wanted
welcome.
today
Thank
wanted
you.
to do something a little more traditional.
Yeah.
Now, today was not the day to wake up at 2 a.m. and do kinky.
No.
Yes.
So, banku was a nice substitute. But yes, of
Okay.
course, nane flour can more there.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you. You know that.
Okay, please.
I should serve myself.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Auntie, so you're saying that we could also use pork to make like a meat stew, a pork
Stew,
meat
yeah.
stew.
Or you can mix it up as well. You can mix the pork with the nane stew. It's also, you can do that again. And then you can, as I said already, you can even boil it nicely and you can eat it with kenke or
Thank
rice
you.
or fish. Just the meat
Just
on
the
its
meat.
own.
So
Steam
you
it
don't even need
nicely.
to stew it.
No, you don't need to
I
stew
don't
it.
like
You can
your
just,
vocabulary. I have mine.
oh, of course. Wow.
Yeah.
This is
Hey, Akwete police.
this is superb.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can also add, you can also do that. Just the steam meat, well spiced, and you can add with pepper, paposhito in it to get, and then you know the sauce that, the liquid that, the broth or the liquid that comes up, you can also use it to do gari as well. You can eat pork with anything. You can have it with yam chips, plantain chips, boiled plantain, or potato chips.
That's very
Anything goes.
versatile.
Yeah, everything goes with.
And then even homie flour.
Oh, so you can put
We
the
have
pork
it-
inside
Yes.
the
Yeah,
yam
whatever
flour.
to sell. You can put it in
Anything.
anything, soup. But when you are doing the gar emomi flour, there's no way you leave out pork.
Absolutely. Pork has to be there.
Pork has to be in any stew. Palm nut soup, granite soup.
So Auntie, I mean, so it means pork is an integral part of the Ga cuisine,
Yes.
you know. Do you know why it's so? I mean, earlier you mentioned, I would like us to even expand on that. You mentioned that your grandmother used to import pork.
Yes.
And it's one of the key things she was training. So you're eating pork in the house every day,
Yes.
morning,
We're
afternoon,
eating
evening.
pork.
fact,
We
my
eat
mom-
pork
my
all
mom-
the time.
But
used to
how is
sell-
this so?
My mom used to sell pig feet at Makola number 1.
Yeah.
Yes, in the
Pork,
cow
pork,
leg.
pork is nice. Pork is tasty
It is.
than meat,
I agree with
red
you.
meat. It's a white meat as well, and it's soft. It doesn't take long to cook. So I love my nane, my pork. Yeah, in anything I cook, I have to add nane.
Definitely. So, Auntie, let's move on from the pork conversation. It's clear that we don't understand our cuisine too well, and there's a lot we can do with it. But, I mean, City, we have, every year for the last 3 years, we've been doing the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar. It's coming up soon. You were there last year. You are an anchor vendor for the Southern Village. So,
Yes.
And of course, you are like me, Ga and Eve mixed. So you also did some of the Eve meals and all that. For you, how important is it, even with what you do in terms of your business, your profession, how important is it for us to revisit those foods that we grew up with in our villages, in our hometowns when we were younger?
Thank you. You know what City FM is doing? It's so amazing because there are a lot, not even the southern part, but there are a lot of cuisines that since after our great grandmothers and our grandmothers passed away, we don't even hear about it anymore. We don't eat it. Nobody wants to. These days, the young ones too, they like a very quick, fast, easy fix. Meal too. So from what City FM is doing and showing the world that all these things are traditional food that is coming back. Because like we know nane flour, but there are some food in the other regions that we don't even, you've heard of it. Maybe my generation, we knew about it. But the younger generation that is coming up, they don't know much.
It's true.
They don't know much about
I met
it.
some young people who didn't know that at a point in time, Friday I was supposed to go with chufi or demedo. Fried fish and sausages, that's a Latter-day Saints meal.
Yeah.
But if you talked about fried yam, either chufi
Yes.
as a turkey tail or domedo.
Domedo. That is what used to be
Yeah.
there. But now you can eat fried yam with anything. Fried yam with anything you can. So it's good that all these things are coming out for the young ones to know how it's being prepared, how it looks like, and then the taste as well, how it tastes like.
No, the popular one is the fried rice. That's why.
Fried rice.
Fried indomie.
Fried indomie. Auntie, let me ask, I mean, we need to wrap up this conversation soon, but let me ask you, from where you sit,
Yes.
do you see a time when our traditional foods, our indigenous foods, will be as popular as jollof has become on the world stage? Do you see that time coming?
Yes, it has never faded away. We still cook it in our homes. So all we have to do is continue and show our children how it's being prepared. And then if we do that, it will stay. But if we stop doing it and then we give them fried rice, we give them chips, we give them like the easy fix, our tradition is going to go down. So all we have to do is, my advice is, let's have a menu at home with our children. Today we are having okra soup or okra stew. This is how it's being prepared. Or do the list write a list on the notice board. Let them learn how to do it. And then you give them the opportunity as they are growing up to prepare it one day, just under a supervision. You prepare it, and then when they make mistakes, they're going to learn out from it.
Wonderful. And we are not saying that we shouldn't eat the foreign foods, because that exposure is also important. It's a multicultural world now. But you can't know somebody's culture better than your own.
Oh, yes.
And food is a huge part of, especially the Ghanaian culture, the African culture, you know, on a wider scale. So we can't say we are Africans or Ghanaians and not know our food.
Yes.
It's not possible. It shouldn't be so.
Yeah.
So by all means, get the exposure. Me, I love cheese. I love pizza. They always call me buffalo.
Once in a while.
But I know how to eat my indigenous food.
Yeah, because
You know.
you are brought up with it.
Absolutely.
You were brought up. You didn't go to a supermarket to go and buy
No.
these things because you know the taste and you know the homemade ones are the
Yeah.
best.
Because even with the nane flour, I can do that with yam, you know. For me, those are the easy ones to cook, you know, rice, nane.
Boiled yam.
Yeah.
So, Taster General, since you crashed the party, Auntie, okay.
Already is placed on a Google map. So, Google already is placed on a Google map. So, Google floor, you can't pass it by.
Thank you. Thank you. She was the correct person to come and cook it today.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Auntie Awo, thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm sure we'll bring you back again. As for you, I know I can trust you to take us back to our village.
Oh yes, I'll be there.
I can trust you. And of course, for those of you who are watching, if you live anywhere in the country, in fact, if you live anywhere in the world, 25th and 26th March 2023, come to Accra, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly forecourt. Come there and experience not just Auntie Awo's food, but an array of indigenous Ghanaian dishes from some of Ghana's best, brightest, and most celebrated caterers, chefs. I mean, just come and have a Ghanaian experience, and let's celebrate, you know, the things that we knew growing up, and maybe discover those that we didn't even know existed. So we're going to wrap this show up now so that we can eat properly away from the cameras, and then of course have our fan ice American vanilla chocolate chip ice cream with our sprinkles and everything for our dessert. My name is Apioko. This has been What's Cooking. We'll see you next week.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix, Fakakra na ayebebre, and Fanice. So nice.
City TV is live on DSTV. Go to channel 363. On GoTV, access City TV on channel 182. On a digital TV, please press the menu button on the remote control and run a new search on your TV. Take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV on your television. City TV can be accessed on a free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and StarTimes box. City TV, it's your world.
The sisters are back with more chic and spice than ever. Join the League of Exceptional Sisters as they come to the rescue of relationships with the all-new season of Sister Sister. Be it gut-wrenching personal secrets, jaw-dropping partner shenanigans, or the cringe-worthy deeds of family and friends, our sisters will be here to help you weave through the simplest and most complicated relationship issues. Sister Sister airs every Thursday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM and every Friday at 9 p.m. on City TV. Sister Sister is sponsored by Kel Kids Toothpaste, the Ghana AIDS Commission, and Onga.
My name is Gina, and this salon is where I work.
Good morning.
You've already met your new colleague, have you?
Who burst this Kujubisi? He fell from the sky.
I'm so glad there's a man amongst you. You ladies gossip too much. Hey, girls!
Today, Madam came in with a hot, sexy guy. And they were doing lobby.
Did Madam think men don't gossip?
The grapevine lies on our lap.
I've noticed a massive decline in our daily proceeds.
I suggest we fast and pray.
The spirit, hey, Kailabaga, told me today that I'll see a man in this family.
He said his wife is dead?
Yes, she was sick.
Hey, what sickness?
Aite,
It is your mother that will get leukemia. It is your mother.
I don't like what you are doing at all.
Hey, you want to fight?
Showing every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. with repeats on Friday at 10 p.m., Saturday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 12:30 p.m. The Hairdressers is sponsored by Ebony Condoms,
aside raising funding and be a unicorn, the main goal is to impact life, to enrich minds, to know that the African youth is capable of changing the narrative, taking charge of their lives, whether it's running a business or working for a company.
I fell in love with the opportunity to work with young people and channel their energy to nation building.
It's my job, once you join the team, to figure out how best you can use the strengths and even the weaknesses you have to advance the cause to prosperity for 1 billion people.
The generation before us helped us, and then we helped the next generation.
Well, our struggles may be singular, but our destinies are shared.
This is DW News Asia. Coming up today, India's soundtracks of hate. How right-wing Hindu singers are using their songs as a dog whistle against minorities and a nod to the politics of the day. We ask, what will this hate do to the world's largest democracy? I'm Biresh Banerjee. Welcome to DW News Asia. Glad you could join us. The past decade in India has seen the rise of the Hindutva movement. The movement refers to political Hinduism, which seeks to place the Hindu religion at the center of political and social life in India. For many, it also means making India a Hindu nation. And providing the soundtrack to this movement is Hindutva pop. Songs filled with hate and bigotry, primarily against Muslims. Songs which, thanks to social media, are very popular in India's hinterland and which some experts blame for inflaming religious tensions across the country.
They lace upbeat songs with anti-Muslim vitriol. The hateful world of Hindutva music. Sandeep Acharya is a rabble-rouser and one of the genre's most famous voices. Tonight, he's the star attraction in Ragadganj, a village in northern India. Fans have travelled far to hear him. The authorities, though, stood by as the hate speech poured forth. You have a song with lyrics which says, Abdul Uncle, you are a tenant in this country.